Do you ever look at your garden and feel like it's just not giving you back the love you're putting in? It's so frustrating when you do all the work and your vegetable patch seems tired. I know that feeling all too well. A few years back, I hit a wall with my own garden. My back was aching a bit more, my energy wasn't quite what it used to be, and my plants seemed to be struggling right along with me. But then I discovered that a few simple changes in how I fed my soil could make all the difference. So in this video, I'm sharing my 10 organic fertilizer tips that are perfect for us gardeners over 50. These are the little secrets that helped me work smarter, not harder, and brought the joy and abundance back into my garden. First things first, let's talk about balance. You've probably seen those 3 numbers on fertilizer bags like 10-10-10. That's the NPK ratio: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. A simple way to think about it is that nitrogen, or N, is for green leafy growth. Phosphorus, or P, is for strong roots and plentiful flowers and fruit. And potassium, or K, is for all-around plant health, kind of like its immune system. Now, a lot of us love things like fish emulsion, but it's often a 5-1-1 ratio. That's fantastic for leafy greens like lettuce. But if you use it on your tomatoes, you might get a gorgeous leafy jungle with hardly any fruit. That's why I swear by starting with a balanced, all-purpose organic fertilizer, something close to a 4-4-4. It gives every plant in your garden a solid foundation of everything it needs without going overboard on one thing. Tip number 2 is the big one. Honestly, if you only do one thing from this list, make it this: compost is your garden's best friend. Healthy soil is everything, and compost is the easiest path to get there. It's so much more than food. It improves your soil structure, helps it hold water so you don't have to water as often, and it feeds all the wonderful microbes that create a thriving garden. And you don't need some complicated setup. Just work a few inches of good, finished compost into the top layer of your garden beds before you plant. That's it. It acts like a slow-release powerhouse of nutrients, feeding your plants gradually all season long. For those of us who want to make gardening easier, great compost means less time spent fertilizing and healthier plants all around. Alright, our third tip is how you can give your garden a quick liquid pick-me-up brew some compost tea. If compost is the slow and steady foundation, compost tea is like a liquid multivitamin that gives your plants an immediate boost. And making it is incredibly easy. Just take a few big scoops of your best compost, put them in a bucket of water, and let it steep for a day. If you really want to get things buzzing, just add a spoonful of unsulfured molasses to the water. The microbes absolutely love the sugar and will multiply like crazy. Once it's brewed, just use the tea to water your plants right at their base. It's a gentle, effective way to deliver nutrients exactly where they're needed, especially in the middle of summer when your plants are working hard. And honestly, it's also perfect for container plants. Tip number 4 is all about building a powerful underground support system. And for that, my secret weapon is bone meal. Bone meal is just ground animal bones, and it's a fantastic organic source of phosphorus and calcium. As we said, phosphorus is the key to developing deep, strong roots, which leads to a sturdier, more productive plant. It also helps kickstart flowering and fruiting. I find it works wonders for root vegetables like carrots and onions, and especially for heavy feeders like tomatoes and peppers. It's honestly so easy to use. When I'm transplanting a seedling, I just toss a small handful into the planting hole and mix it in a little. For plants that are already in the ground, you can just sprinkle a little ring around the base of the plant and gently scratch it into the soil. This one simple step helps my plants build a robust root system from day one. Number 5 is a tip that honestly a lot of gardeners forget, but it can be a total game changer. You have to pay attention to your soil's pH. You can add the best fertilizers in the world, but if your soil pH is off, your plants can't actually use the nutrients. It's kind of like having a locked pantry. Most veggies like their soil just slightly acidic to neutral, right in the range of 6.5 to 6.8. A simple soil test kit from a garden center will tell you where you stand. If your soil is too acidic, adding a little dolomitic lime will raise the pH. If you need to make it a bit more alkaline and could use a potassium boost, wood ash from a fireplace can work wonders. Just use it sparingly. A light dusting in the spring is plenty. Fixing your pH can suddenly unlock all the good stuff you've been adding to your soil, making every other effort so much more effective. We're halfway through. If you're finding these tips helpful, I'd be so grateful if you'd take a second to click that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps our little gardening community grow. Thanks so much. Now let's get back to it. Tip number 6 is all about timing, because when you fertilize is just as important as what you use. This is a classic work smarter, not harder moment. As a general rule, I feed the garden beds in the spring before planting, mixing in that compost and balanced fertilizer. Then, I'll give most plants another little boost every 3 to 4 weeks during the peak of summer. But you can get even smarter. Your leafy greens like lettuce and kale are hungry for nitrogen early on to grow all those tender leaves. But once your tomatoes, squash, and cucumbers start to flower, they need less nitrogen and more phosphorus and potassium to put their energy into making fruit. Switching to a bloom fertilizer that's higher in P&K during this stage can make a huge difference in your harvest. It's just about giving your plants what they need, right when they need it. Coming in at number 7 is one of my absolute favorite tricks for amazing plant health: liquid seaweed or fish emulsion. While your main fertilizer covers the big 3, NPK, these liquids provide a whole host of micronutrients and trace elements. Think of it as, well, a superfood smoothie for your garden. They deliver things like iron, manganese, and zinc, which are just crucial for a plant's immune system. I find that a monthly dose during the growing season works perfectly. You just dilute it in a watering can and water your plants like normal. It's so easy. Plants that get this regular treat seem to handle stress from heat and drought so much better, and they just have a vibrant, healthy glow. It's a simple step that builds really resilient plants from the inside out. Our 8th tip is a gentle reminder that has saved me from a lot of heartache. With organic fertilizers, less is almost always more. It's so tempting to think, if a little is good, a lot must be better, right? But over-fertilizing can actually burn your plant's roots and harm all those beneficial microbes in your soil. Too much nitrogen can also lead to weak, floppy growth that pests just love. Always read and follow the application rates on the package. As a general rule, 2 or 3 pounds of a granular blend per 100 square feet is a good benchmark. Trust me, building healthy soil with compost and fertilizing moderately is a much better path than just dumping on more product. If you create a healthy environment, the soil will do a lot of the work for you. Tip number 9 is a super practical one that makes sure your hard work pays off. Always pull your mulch back before you apply a granular fertilizer. Most of us use mulch like straw or shredded leaves to keep weeds down and hold in moisture, which is fantastic. But if you just sprinkle fertilizer on top of that thick mulch layer, a lot of the nutrients will get caught up in the mulch and never make it down to your plant's roots. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a huge difference. Just use your hands to pull the mulch away from the base of the plant, sprinkle your fertilizer directly on the soil, water it in well, and then push the mulch back into place. This ensures you're feeding your vegetables, not just your mulch. And finally, tip number 10 is for my fellow container gardeners. Growing in pots and raised beds is wonderful and definitely saves your back, but it has its own rules for feeding. Because there's a limited amount of soil, nutrients get used up fast and also wash out with every watering. This means container plants need more frequent meals. My strategy is to mix a slow-release organic fertilizer right into the potting mix when I plant. Then, about once a month, I'll side dress by scratching a little more granular fertilizer into the top of the soil. To really keep them happy, I supplement with a weekly or bi-weekly drink of liquid fertilizer, like that compost tea or seaweed emulsion we talked about. This gives them the steady stream of nutrition they need to stay lush and productive all summer long. So there you have it. The secret to a lush garden when you're over 50 isn't about more work. It's about working with nature to create ridiculously healthy soil. It's about starting with great compost, using balanced foods, and giving your plants a timely boost when they need it most. It's about keeping things simple. These are the tips that truly made gardening a joy for me again, instead of a chore, and have given me my best harvests ever without the extra backache. I would love to hear from you. What's your #1 organic fertilizing tip? Is there something you swear by in your garden? Please share your wisdom in the comments below. We can all learn from each other. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing for more videos designed to help you garden smarter and more joyfully. Happy gardening, and I'll see you next time.